Today we're going to be checking out one of my recently completed bass builds. So this is my Ascendant model. You might have seen I've done a few of these before. So the Ascendant features a lot of carving around the edges, makes for a nice comfortable and lightweight body. It also balances really nicely due to this long horn and the fact that it sits off to your right, so it makes very little reach out to the first fret as well. And that's kind of a common feature among all my basses. So I always like them to balance really well and not feel like they're too long, so you're not reaching out over here like some basses you are. So the bridge is always set way back this way and the whole thing sits off to my right. So it makes it nice and comfortable to play as well. This feels like a much shorter scale bass, even though this is actually a 34-inch scale 6-string bass, and it still balances perfectly, no hands, look, it's not trying to go anywhere. So now we're going to have a closer look at the woods and the features on this bass in a bit better detail. So for the woods on this one, we've got swamp ash for the two wings here, and this has got a black open grain finish on it to keep kind of natural feel. And we've also got some big carves on the edges, which bring the weight down a bit and make it a bit more comfy to play, as well as looking good as well. And then we've got the Wenge for the fretboard, and you can see we've got the Tree of Life inlay going up the whole thing. And more Wenge for these stripes going through the body, and maple for this here. The pickup is a quad coil made by Armstrong. I made the wooden case out of the same wood as the body, sent the case off to him, and he built me a quad coil Music Man style pickup. So there's loads of different options you can have with this one, with the controls down here. So we've got the active passive switch on this one. It's a 2-band preamp, so you can turn it into passive by pulling on push-pull. And then we've got the 3-way toggle switch there, which can do different switching options for the pickup. And then we've got treble control there, series parallel switch there, and then the bass control finally on there. So even though it's a single pickup, there's lots of different sounds you can get from it. And then going up to the other end, we've got the brass nut to tie in with the gold hardware, and brass truss rod cover as well. And it's Gotoh hardware throughout. This is 18mm spacing, by the way, on the bridge. And then we've got more of the swamp ash here, and then a black accent running underneath the Honduran Mahogany there on the back, which I'll show you in a bit better detail as I turn it over now. So we've got the Honduran Mahogany veneer on the back, the black accent running underneath, which I just mentioned. And then this is a 7-piece Honduran Mahogany and Wenge neck. And we've also got a lot of carbon fibre inside it as well to help with the strength and stability. And then there's Inlay side dots on the edge there as well. And we've got the shallow strap locks. More carving around here as well. And then around the bottom horn as well. And we've got the anodized aluminium back plate there, and then a gold Gotoh jack. So let's plug it in now and hear what it sounds like. So now I'm just going to go through some of the sounds available by using this 3-way toggle switch. So we're starting off on the top position, which is all 4 coils on. So this is like a really kind of fat Music Man type sound. In this middle position, we've got the P-bass type sound. So this is this coil down there and this coil up there, so cross coils, and that gives a bit more of a warmer sound. It's like kind of a P-bass type sound, but it's never going to sound exactly like a P-bass, just because I find 6-strings and 5-string basses have their own sound, and they don't sound like 4-string basses. I actually think they sound better, but they're obviously not as easy to play as a 4-string. So this has a bit more of a warmer sound, so it sounds a bit like this. And finally on this 3-way switch, at the bottom here we've got this back coil here, so that's more like a jazz bass type sound. It's a little bit more cleaner and maybe a bit more articulate. So we'll hear how that sounds now. 3-way toggle we just went through. We've also got a 2-way toggle to go between series and parallel, so you can use any of those 3 settings we just did with parallel also, and parallel gives us more of a kind of a thinner but brighter, cleaner type sound. So far we've just been listening to it through the camera mic. I've also recorded a track through the computer as well, with the drum track, so you can have a listen to that now. That's all for this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please don't forget to leave me a like, and please subscribe to see more content like this. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.